run it.
By 2050, our planet will be a vastly different place. By 2050, artificial intelligence will be everywhere. AI-driven stores will allow you to purchase goods without cashiers or waiting lines. AI will diagnose and treat patients, manage transportation, and analyze massive quantities of data. AI chatbots and voice recognition systems will sound like and behave just like real people. AI will be implemented into robots. By 2050, robot dogs and other pets will serve as companions. Robots will dominate factories and begin to serve as teachers, cooks, pharmacists, law enforcement officers, athletes, and other professionals. In 2050, universal translators will remove all language barriers and voice recognition will be ubiquitous. Hundreds of sensors will be installed in our clothes, homes, and overall environment to monitor our well-being and improve our lives.
What up, what up? This is your man, Mike the Philosopher, here with the esteemed panel. I got Sean B with us, okay? And I got Ski with us, Kamal Risto, and I got Black Male. And this is the Black Man Rankings, where we rank, we review, and we talk existential questions. Today, our existential question is, what do you think the future is gonna look like? And we just gonna have fun with this, y'all. We're just gonna have fun. Ain't nobody gonna be right, ain't nobody gonna be wrong. We just gonna try to see where everybody's head is as far as what the future is gonna look like. Let me ask you, Sean B, what do you think relationships are gonna look like in the future? Like let's make 2030 the time period. Are there more couples? Are there less couples? Are there mixed couples? Are there same-sex couples? Are there what is, tell me, see in the future. You are the seer now, okay? Use your seer skills.
2030. It's about to be 2022. As of right now, we have the Omicron variant going crazy. As of right now, and a lot of media, the trend is open, I should say, to homosexuality. Cool, no knock against them. And we have artificial intelligence coming out. In my opinion, relationships as far as marriage goes, like, on paper, I don't think that will be popular, because already it's not popular. It's a dying trend, but a lot of people are in long-term relationships, have even bought rings, but haven't filled out the paperwork. So I think there's a sort of awakening, and with said awakening, it's a whole bunch of shakeup amongst what that looks like.
I want you to meet Anna. Anna is 28 years old. She's a straight woman living in Chicago, and she's coming into therapy saying, I'm so anxious that I'm not married yet. She's seeing her friends get married. She's seeing her friends move in together. She's got an incredible amount of anxiety about that. But as we start doing our exploration in therapy, we learn a couple of things. First, we learn that she really enjoys living with her friends. She's got 3 women who she lives with. She has deep emotional connections to them. And she likes that. The next thing we get out of our work together is that she enjoys dating. She enjoys sex. She enjoys being in relationships. But she hasn't really found a way to make a long-term relationship work for her. Next, she thinks she probably wants to be a mom. This feels really important to her. However, she definitely hasn't found any one person, any one man, who she can combine these 3 things into a relationship that feels good for her. And so she's incredibly anxious. She comes into therapy asking, what's wrong with me that I can't make marriage work? And to sort of foreshadow where I'm going to go with this talk today, my hope is that in 10 or 15 years, if someone like Anna was coming into therapy, she'd be asking a very different question. It wouldn't be, what's wrong with me that I can't make relationships or marriage work? It's, what's wrong with marriage that it's not the thing that works for me. Now, before you think that what I'm trying to do is knock marriage off its pedestal, I promise you I'm not. I'm not trying to knock marriage off its pedestal at all. I'm advocating that we build more pedestals.
I ain't gonna be too long-winded, but yeah, I really couldn't predict because, you know, the propaganda out there says one thing, but I feel like it's also like, you know, a kid who gets a new toy. You know, you get excited about this new thing that's so open and fun, and eventually the excitement dies out and we get back to regular life, you know? At least that's my hope.
So, okay, so you saying marriage is going to be less and relationships are going to pretty much break down in 2030. Ski,
To a degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ski, what do you think about 2030, man? How do you think, what do you think about like the trends in you know, variants, or will we be rid of some of these things that's going out now? I don't want to say the word because I think it's you know, YouTube sensitive. Don't say the word. But tell me how 2030 gonna look, man. Relationships, you know, some of these diseases out here, some of the finances. Talk to me.
2030?
Yeah.
What year are we in now? 20.
Yeah.
20,
it's not too far. Not too far.
Like 9 years.
Or you can go 2050.
I ain't go with math. You know.
Or you can go 2050.
The thing is that, you know, I ain't looking that far right now. You know.
Well, let's work with 2030, man.
Son is here. You know, he trying to build his army up.
Who that?
Everybody into the Megatron.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to transform. He's trying to transform y'all out into Decepticons.
Is this Trump you talking about? Who's
whoever
Megatron?
it is? The winner is here. We know it's the winner, but they control the weather. You know, I don't know where we're going right now. I can't look to 2030. You know,
it's only 8 years, man. It's only 8 years. It ain't too, you know, too far.
I'm going off of what's being presented to me right now. You know, according to the truth, it's right here, right now. You know.
So you said Megatron is getting the army. You think there's going to be some kind of civil unrest here in the U.S.?
I'm not into, you know, I'm not Nostradamus or, you know, the one that called 2012 or Prince 1999 and all shit like that. But yeah, it's a storm coming. You know, let's read.
Talk about the storm. Talk about the storm. Is that going to happen by 2030?
That heathen they appointed, you know, or so-called voted in, you know.
Which
he's
one?
The man. The sleepy Joe. Oh, he's asleep. He's dead asleep.
Okay. What about him? What are you gonna do?
He's not gonna do nothing but do what he's told. Yeah, just like the other dude that was before him. You know, the one that's with Big Mike.
Big Mike?
I hear Biden got student loan forgiveness for 2022 coming up.
Big Mike.
Oh my God.
Let's do the knowledge. Yeah, let's do the knowledge. I just
got what you're talking about. Look, man, look. Big Michelle Obama is a woman, man. I don't know why I have to explain this, man. Big Mike.
What?
Listen, man.
Let's get back on.
You know,
topic,
let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, Ski. You actually think Michelle Obama is a man? That's Big Mike, right? Is that who you're talking about?
And the report is out. You know, you do the knowledge.
The report. What report? She had kids, man.
Science Christian, science whatever. you know, Bill Nye. What's that? That black dude with the afro. That look like that dude that played in the Time Warp movie. Like his brother.
Yeah, DeGrasse Tyson. Yeah.
You know, them
Tyson,
dudes. You know, talk about the planet of the heathens. You know, ain't no planets. They need to go on some over that. Talking about how Strahan went up into the, you know, they didn't show no footage of that, him floating around.
So
these heathens is so funny. I see the Wicked show in the morning.
So in 2030, are they going to be exposed? You know, we're going to find out the Earth is really flat. We're going to find out planets don't exist. Is that what's going to happen by 2030? You think the secret is going to be out? The government is going to be called on their stuff?
The gig is up.
The gig is up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At one point, y'all believed in planet Nebaru, right? Black? Mm-hmm. You believe in planet Nebaru? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Planet X?
Planet X.
No.
You don't believe in it?
I never was on record saying I believed in that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go with you, Black. In 2030, man, what is it going to look like? How are things going to be different?
Well, I mean, I'm saying all this with a grain of salt because I don't really know. But
yeah, none of us do. This is just
entertainment purposes.
Yeah,
for entertainment purposes.
Well, you're the seer. Everybody's the seer on this episode.
If we are still here in 2030, you're gonna see famine. You're gonna see desolation. You're gonna see the population cut, if not in half. You're gonna see it cut down almost like a third of what you see now. It's not going to be.
Why is that? Why would the population be cut down?
The plan
is it biblical?
Well, the plan as Bill Gates would have it, had a calendar, a schedule to where he knew that it was a lot of people, right? Understood that, and he told the world governments to be prepared for that. They wasn't listening. So he sanctioned and authorized, just in my own humble opinion, for the scientific endeavors to come up with something that was going to get their attention. And I think by now we understand that there's a lot of attention on the people getting sick, the people dying, and the numbers that they keep putting in our face and all that. So part of his plan was to make sure that the population don't continue to grow the direction that it was growing, but to actually decrease. That was his plan, right? And that's recorded in his TED Talk, right? So he done a good job so far at setting the seeds for that to be in position to where he could shoot people up. And as a result, it's a time capsulated effect. It happens in the future. It don't happen now. It happens in the future.
So it's a time release poison.
It's a time release
to poison. Get rid of 2/3 of humanity.
I think it's just one of many methods. They've been trying forever, but this is just one of many efforts. They use the media. If you notice, nobody talks negative in the media about, getting jabbed or punched. Nobody talks negative in the media. Now that's how you know something is wrong. That's the First Amendment, the freedom of speech and free press. Nobody has a difference of opinion in all of media. That's suspect.
Yeah, because
that's just me though.
Those are people who pay the media. Those are they purchase media pretty much. So, and from what I understand, Bill does give a lot of money to the media. So they don't.
Oh, of course he does.
So they don't. Yeah, they don't talk negative about him. Yeah.
If you're paying attention.
Right. Well, let me say what I think is going to happen here. I think that there is going to be there's going to be a change in currency. I think eventually the dollar will be gone, and whether it be a digital dollar from the U.S. or just Bitcoin or something like that, I think in 10 years that is going to be the majority of currency on the entire earth, not just in the US, but in the entire earth. People don't trust each other no more. Plus, it will be easier to transfer funds from one place to another with digital currency. I do think that relationships are in trouble because I think that not only do people not want to get married as much now because the way the laws are skewed towards women. I don't know if y'all seen this, but Dr. Dre just got divorced for 100 mil. I mean, you know, that's just, and he had to write $100 million check. And that was, and people see that and they be like, why do it? Why even get married? Especially if it's not considered fair to the men. The men will just not want to, marry like that. So I do think that relationships are going to take a dip. Currency is going to change. I think that in 10 years, a lot of jobs are going to be gone. Bye-bye. Okay. So we're going to have some kind of universal basic income, because I think automation is going to be just the tip of it's going to be peaking around that time.
By 2050, we may be controlling things with our minds and communicating through brain signals. By 2050, robotic prosthetics may be stronger and more advanced than our own biological ones. Prosthetic eyes and ears will enter the market, curing blindness and deafness. And in 30 years, like AI, virtual reality will be everywhere.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick question. You are in support of universal income?
Universal basic income, I would say, obviously, yes. If the jobs are going to be gone, people are going to need currency to live. And I think that for the most part, you're going to have to take care of the people. Look, the government, this is what the government won't tell you. The government is actually scared of its citizens. The government is scared of its citizens. It's trying to, because
I don't know about that.
No, hold on. Listen to me. To hold up a democracy is very hard to do, because the people can turn on you. Every kingdom fell, and they know this. And when that insurrection happened, okay, that was a demonstration. This is why they didn't really do anything to those people, because they are actually scared of the citizens. They know democracy can
Which is why somebody in a wheelchair with no arms and legs was able to
but hear me out. What I'm saying, Sean, regardless of that, okay, there's a whole bunch of able-bodied people. They're actually scared of the citizens. This is why they didn't do nothing to Trump. Okay, Trump should have been, had something going on, but he doesn't. They don't want to touch him because they don't want to see the repercussions. So the country is scared of its citizens. Yes, they do have an army, they have the National Guard and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is all family. You don't want to just go spraying citizens when you love some of them. And
so have you heard of a communist nation?
I have heard of a communist nation. And guess what? And I don't know if y'all know this, but China said that the US being a democracy is over. They're going to come over and they're going to take over and make this place a communist country. They said that democracy stuff y'all doing over there, cut the water. By 2030, that ain't going to exist no more.
So check this out. A democracy doesn't exist now, to be honest. It's a demonocracy, right? That's what it really is. It's oppression. by default, right? So listen, this place was not built on a democracy. This place was established as a republic. That's
It's
why
a republic.
when you pledge of allegiance to your flag, it's the republic for which you stand, not the democracy. So what they sold you on is the dream, the American dream, but that's a debtor's dream, right? You are in debt every day of your life here under a democracy. Your rights are preserved within a republic, and nobody that you know is living under that republic. That's what these phony fake patriots think they're doing by storming the Capitol for their rights. They're trying to live under the ideology of a republic for which it stood back then. But back then it was connected to a Confederate flag. So that's their default. That's why I call them fake. So they're kind of right, but they're way off at the same time. But none of us are right now. This whole place got to go down in flames because of the blood.
Well, that's what
it don't matter
that's
what
some countries are saying.
That's what's going to happen.
They're saying that they're going to get rid of our democracy and they're going to make it communist because they feel like that is the way. That is the better way to control a country and to control the people. But if you want currency if you still want currency to, exist in its form, you're going to have to give the people a universal basic income just to sustain, just to keep money circulating, because they know they're going to get rid of jobs.
I understand your theory, but there are already automated semi-trucks right now that are being put on the road, have already traveled over 80 miles. I just saw the report today. They are going to start automating. They are going to reduce the currency. Fiat currency is fake anyway. They are going to go to crypto. They are going to do all these things. The government is going to have to support people because they've created the environment, because whoever controls the money controls the people. So it's going to be one platform of slavery to another platform of slavery. They even got you a metaverse where you can buy real estate on a fake platform in a fake world, but you're spending currency that's crypto. All right, so listen, and it's going to be respected as such. Listen, it's all fake. This place has to go down. It can't survive no more like this. It's over with. We got to look elsewhere. Get right with God.
What do you got, Ski?
Get right with God.
What do you got to say about this? 30 seconds, man. All right, I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, thanks for joining us. This is Mike the Philosopher. This is Black Man Rankings. Since BMR covered it, now it's official. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and we'll talk to y'all on another one. Put in the comments, what do you think is going to happen by 2030? We'd be interested to see your comments on that. Thanks for joining. Peace.
Gotta be heard.
So in 50 years, I think the world will, in terms of technology, really change, and really this concept I call proximity of tech, which is how close the technology is to your body. And right now, it's kind of silly. We hold things and we wear things, and it's kind of at our hands, right? And our feet, right? And we might put it on, over our faces, but the whole point is just getting it into our eyeballs, into our ears, into our stomachs. Ingestibles are already a thing. It's crazy. You literally ingest these pills, these robot pills that can, obviously see what you're eating and all these things and all your caloric intake. It's amazing. And then, you've heard of startups like Magic Leap, where they're doing AR for your world, where I should just be able to load my email and do this and do this, right? That's literally what will happen, I think, in 50 years, is everything will just come inside.